What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast. And of course, you got your usual suspects in the building. Myself, the big homie, Tate Boy Fresh, and Big G. Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing?
Ma, what's good, man? What's good? Just another weekend, man. Football today. I didn't get a whole bunch of football yesterday past the noon game, but I text you and Big G in our chat, man, when Texas A&M was down at halftime, calling them big trash and the laugh emojis and Marcel Reed being a Heisman candidate. And I left. When I got home later in the evening, because I was out hanging with the Obamas last night. For real. They weren't sitting at my table.
Here you go. Name drop.
That's big facts. That's big facts. He telling the truth. He telling the truth. He ain't lying. He telling the truth.
But nah, man, I got home last night because I didn't listen about the Georgia Texas game. I listened about the Ohio State UCLA game. I recorded them and just fast forward play by play. I thought your boy Arch Manning looked good in the first 2.5 quarters too, until after that. But yeah, man, Texas A&M might be the real deal. But the thing is, Indiana won. Texas A&M had a good comeback. They both had these like moments, like where you talk about Mendoza being the Heisman, and because he had that comeback, Marcel Reed came back yesterday. Ohio State don't let nobody close to him, though. I can't blame them for that.
Yeah, well,
but that's all I got to say, man. I'm happy to be here.
I hear you. Hey, what's up? What's up, G, man? Talk to me, brother.
Hey, man. I've been out there in them Steelers streets today, dog. I got the he is him up there because my boy Pierre Lapue is a dog.
My boy Pierre Lapue you got to start introducing G by the nickname I gave him. He 50-50 because he won a James Pierre Cup 5 times. Now it's his dude.
He my dude, dog. He a Steeler for life. Whenever his contract come up, give him whatever he want. Give him whatever he want. He own the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm still going to call him Pierre Lapue. They talking about for me to call him out in them Steeler streets, Pierre Island. Hell no. I ain't calling him no Pierre Island.
Listen, let me tell you something. There's something I got to. So, YouTube TV took off all the ESPN channels. And I told G, I said, hey, G, they're going to have this fixed within a month. Oh, no, they not.
Oh, you said a week.
Not. No, and look, I said, oh, no, he's going to have it fixed within me. He's like, oh, no. And then he hit me up and he was like, yeah, G Stradamus said it. I said
2.5. I said it would be fixed. It would take a couple weeks and a half. But you know what you're going to have to give me the
50-50 on you, didn't he?
Oh, he's going to have to give it up here in a minute because his diabolical Longhorns ain't making the playoffs. 50-50. I can't wait till that payoff. I can't wait till that one payoff, Tate. I can't wait, Tate. I can't wait.
Hey, well, look, we got a special guest after we get ready and we come back from the intro. But I want to just tell everybody, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. Please like the chat up, man. And make sure that if you haven't already hit the notification button, hit the notifications. You know what I'm saying? That way you know when we do come on. And look, like I said before, only 30% of you guys. What's up, Thomas? Only 30% of you guys actually have your notifications on. Come on, we do better than that. We do better than that. What's up, Danny Lil John? Hey, look, man, you guys got anything before we go to the intro and get this thing started?
Nah, we got a special guest, y'all. Y'all really going to enjoy our special guest. We already had a great backstage conversation. He's going to bring the noise, man. So let's do what we do, Martin. Let's get to it, man.
I will be right back after this. And we are back. And everybody, I want y'all to give a warm welcome to our guest that we have with us here today, my man, Tyler Campbell. I will let him introduce himself. Tyler, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Tell us who you are, man. Tell us Tell Know It All Nation about yourself, man.
Man, listen, man, it is an honor and an amazing privilege, bro. I feel like I can talk to you gentlemen all day long, man. But I'm a native Austinite, brother. I'm in the city for the city. I'm an Amazon best-selling author, inspirational speaker, blessed by the man up above to be the first person to ever play Division I college football with an autoimmune disease called multiple sclerosis. But what I'm most proud of, y'all, man, I've been married to my wife for 14 years. We have 4 amazing children, and we hold it down in Central Texas, man. So I'm raising my children in the areas in which I grew up in, and so that's a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm honored to be here, though, fellas. I've been looking forward to it.
Hey, man, and that's a blessing for anybody, man. Holding it together for that long, that's an achievement. And I love hearing that. Black love, ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it, baby.
Hey, nothing like it. Hey, Tate, man, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Oh no, man. I mean, I'm excited to have Tyler here. I'm a admirer of his testimony, his story, what he'll share with us, his journey. I'm a huge fan of his father, one of the greatest all-time NFL running backs.
Facts.
And
No doubt.
you know, yeah. I mean, and so, you know, I'm just ready to have a discussion and let it lead where it lead. I don't have anything prepared per se, but you know, I just hey, want to chop it up. So when we get to chopping, I have some.
Hey, wait, listen. Let me say something, Big G, before we get going, though. Jalen Warren, he didn't do what he was supposed to do on my fantasy squad this weekend, though, bro.
Oh, man,
He done been going ham. I'm talking upgraded from baloney. He done been doing his thing, but he let me down today, G. He let me
Don't
down
be a diabolical hater.
Oh.
Don't be a diabolical hater, man.
Hey,
we got the dub, bro. We got the dub.
Big G, and in all fairness, he averaged over 6 yards of carries. Play calling fault. Play calling fault. Because hey, I got him too, and I got Gainwell on my bench, and Gainwell sitting on my bench with 30.
With 30. Oh.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater
you when they give the I got Kenneth Walker on my squad, and they always give the touchdowns to Charbonnet. I'm like, wait a minute. Kenneth Walker started. You know,
let him finish.
Yeah, listen. I had Christian Watson on my bench. He blew up today too. So it's all around the horn, dog.
Listen,
it's all around the horn.
I ain't mad at you, bro. Listen, I'm just telling you, as a Cowboys fan,
Lord.
as a Cowboys fan.
Oh Lord.
How are you not an Oiler or Titan fan?
So let's get into it then. So real life, real talk, bro. I had a Steve McNair, I had an Air McNair jersey when I was in the second grade. Third grade, I watched Eddie. I made Pops take me to the Heisman when Eddie George won the Heisman because I told Pops, I said, we gonna have that #1 pick next year. And so we got to get Eddie George, because if you got Steve McNair and you got Eddie George, we building something in Houston. And what did Bud Adams do? A couple years later, he shoot him off to Tennessee. And I never forgave my man for that. Was my heart, bro. Like the Oilers was my heart. Baby Blue was my heart, and he took him. And I never forgave him for it, bro. Like it hurt.
That makes sense.
Hey, bro, I still say to this day that the Oilers had the coldest uniforms in NFL history.
Oh, that powder blue, go.
I don't care what nobody say. And I'm a diehard Steeler. Diehard, but that uniform, they used to give us hell in them uniforms too, boy. Your pops used to give us hell, dog.
That AFC
they used to give us hell for
that
real.
AFC, man. And I'll tell you, man, like Joe Green is like family, you know, to us on that side. You gotta understand, like Pops always went to the Pro Bowl, and not that many Oilers went to the Pro Bowl during those years. And so he had no choice but to get to know Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood, all those classic names that y'all had, Franco Harris's, the Terry Brack. So all my dad's good friends, believe it or not, from the league, most of them are Steelers guys, because he'd be one of the only few Oilers to make the Pro Bowl.
Mel Blunt went up.
Mel Blunt, man. Dad would say, bro, like okay, so he would put it like this. He said, Joe Green gonna take up 2 people. Easy. He's gonna take up one by himself, and then he's gonna put his rear end in the hole, right? So that's gonna take 2 with the size, and then you got LC, and then you got Jack Lambert. He said was free to run because everybody's getting eat up at the line of scrimmage. And then when you got to that next level, then what about the Mel Blunts of the world, right? Whatever, you know what I mean? So he was just saying for HBCU picks back in the day, nobody mastered it better. Maybe the Chiefs back in the day, but if you do your homework, go look at the roster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they made it a point to get some guys from the HBCU, but they also developed and stayed with them. And man, but no, we tight with Steeler people on our end because of the legends, bro. Because of the legends, and Pop's got nothing but respect for the franchise.
And I'm gonna tell you, these two guys are huge. I'm talking about huge Steeler fans. But listen, I want to ask a question. So you're on ESPN Radio right now, and you have a show there. And definitely it's every Saturday morning. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us, where that started and how you started doing that.
Yeah, I started, honestly, 104.9 The Horn, probably about 5 years ago, now that I think about it, because it was just before COVID was really getting off, and my phone rang at that time. For me, like my pastor Galen Clark say, you got to be in the city for the city at Greater Mount Zion Church. You know what I'm saying? So I've always, ever since I came back from being in California, from going to school out that way, I've always made it a point to serve. And I used to serve in the alternative system in Round Rock, nearby suburb up the street. So I've always been around and recorded videos, Dessau Middle School, Westview Middle School, just being in and around the city. And you put stuff on YouTube, you don't know who's looking, you just put stuff up. And so they called me from the radio station one day and they were like, listen, such and such show, they can't do the show today. We don't have a show. Hey, can you come in and just talk for an hour? And I was like, man, I've never done radio before, but I know divinely how the man up above does things, and he stretches us out of our comfort zone for a reason. And I knew in that moment that I was not supposed to say no, because it was too much him written all over it, and it would have been my fault to not receive the blessing that he was putting before me in the level of discomfort. So I chose to get stretched. And that ended up just going. They invited me back. And then I had a home at 104.9, The Horn, a sports radio station here. And then The Horn fell apart. And then I got the phone call from 102.7 ESPN. But it's a sports radio show, right? Which is crazy. But if you listen to me and if you know my messaging, I believe in authenticity. I believe in transparency. I believe in truth. And I'm not afraid to air out my failures as a 30 and 39-year-old man on this earth, but also I can't mention all those failures and things that I've learned and the inspirational messaging without sports, because sports is a part of my life. And so although it's not sports 24, all the way through the hour show, I can't, my analogies come from sports. You know what I'm saying? I just watched the Allen Iverson documentary on Amazon not too long ago. I watched the Saquon Barkley documentary on Amazon not so long ago. So you better believe I pulled messaging about retribution on my show. You know what I'm saying? So it's inspirational messaging. I give you 3 principles and a word of the week. In an hour, we out. And so I'm in the city for the city in my own way.
Love it, man. We're on with Tyler Campbell. Definitely Tyler is Tyler Campbell. And he is Earl Campbell's son, but it's Tyler Campbell, all right? Because we've had them.
It come with the territory, man. It come with the territory, man. I'm honored, bro. Like I have a father, and we talked about this, Mark. Like I have a father who was a football player, yeah, but he wasn't just present in my life, bro. He did a great job of making his presence felt. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to let it be a word of encouragement, because my dad grew up without his father. My dad's dad died on him very young. And so, there was grace because he made that known that he was figuring out fatherhood, right? Because he didn't really, like, he was growing up in that model with us. And so, man, let it be a word of encouragement that, man, if your pops wasn't around, if your pops growing up didn't do what he was supposed to do, that does not mean that has to be the same revelation for you. And the fact that you may not have gotten the blueprint of how to do it, it doesn't mean that you can't do it to the best of your ability like you had a pops the whole time. And my dad is a testament of that. That's why he's always my hero, because he gave the game when he didn't have a blueprint. And I'm forever thankful for him for it.
Yeah.
Big
Tyler,
Tyler,
that's so similar to me and Ma's story. For people that don't know, me and Ma are biological brothers. Same father, different mothers. Ma didn't really grow up around my dad all like that. But we lost our father early on. I was 17. Ma was like 14. So neither one of us really had a blueprint of what it was to be a father. Now here it is, and so where everything connects. Tate Boy Fresh was my best man at my wedding. I've been married now for almost 30 years to the exact same woman. So Tate is Tate literally is my brother, and Mod is my biological brother. So, you know, and all of us, you are good fathers, good uncles, good parents. And we might not have all had the same blueprint, but now we're all doing it. So to have you say that, man, is just reaffirming to me as a man to know that I'm doing something right because I'm giving that message now. And now here it is. And believe it or not, bro, I'm walking 2 of them up the aisle next year. So I got 3 daughters, and I'm walking 2 of them up the aisle, 1 in March, 1 in September. So
man,
it is what it is. Yeah.
Man, like, bro, that's real. In the words of Andre 3000, man, it always blends perfectly, man. Y'all, man, that's a testament, bro.
Yeah. Now listen, I lived in Austin. I came to Austin for ministry purposes, and I was with my brother, man, for several years in Austin, Texas. And when I was there, I got acclimated to the culture. I had to hear about that damn hook'em. I had to hear about all the high school stuff.
But it's only fair for context to say where you coming from too, though, having to go hear all that.
The greatest show ever to put together, the national champions, 2024 national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes, the greatest team that ever lived, ever. So let's get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It's Buckeyes for life around here. But I had to go here. I had to get acclimated to, and Tyler, I was down there cutting up. I was out in public areas talking about OHIO, but I actually had to go see it for myself, right? Yeah. And when I saw high school football in Texas, I was like, oh, I ain't never seen this. And I was a great football player. I was good in high school, went on the collegiate level, played, didn't make it to the league, but I was good. So, and my teams were good. Like we went to the state semifinals and all whatever else. But I had never seen high school football like I saw in Austin, right? So, and I was tied to, I lived in an area where my kids would have went Baranoff, Bailey, Bowie. You know how that connects? I live southwest.
South, yeah.
So I saw how it was connected in all these different communities and all whatever else. So saying all that, I got to ask you this. Number one, what is the best high school in Austin, Texas? And number two, who is the best high school football player you ever saw come out of Austin, Texas, man? Gotta see it. Gotta see it.
Okay. See, all right. I'm gonna say the best high school football program is Westlake High School. I'm gonna tell you it's Westlake High School. I'm gonna tell you because the way you're groomed, and I'm gonna tell you because the way you have your support. And then lastly, I'm gonna tell you this: the education. When I went to Westlake High School, and be real with you, when I went to Westlake High School, I thought I wasn't smart. Honestly, God, I thought I was not smart. It wasn't that I was not smart. And it wasn't because I was only minority one only. Because you start to think, right? When everybody else is, when algebra ain't coming as swiftly, when geometry ain't coming as swiftly, when Latin 3 isn't coming as swiftly to you, you automatically think as a young black kid, when you are here, and because you're different, then there's something wrong with you. I'm gonna just give you the game because I'm one of the few African Americans that are in the school. 1 of 4. One was the janitor. You get what I'm saying? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So it was easy to look at the man in the mirror. And because my parents didn't grow up in that environment, like, yo, it's something wrong with you because you ain't getting the material. It wasn't that it was something wrong with me. It was that I was in the room with some space engineers, some future CEOs, some future famous biologists, some very academically sound people. When I got to college was easy. I got better grades in college than I did in high school. So for that third reason, that's why I will tell you that Westlake is better. When your kid go there, you will be educated and you will walk out prepared for the next level. Now, when you're talking about the best athlete, I'm gonna give you 2. The best athlete I ever saw for Westlake, I told you, is number 22, Ryan Nunez. Okay, probably the best athlete I ever saw coming out of Central Texas growing up. I got 2. And one of them is going to be Victor Ike out of Bowie. Victor Ike was unbelievable.
I heard about him, bro.
And then there's another one. My man. Oh, come on, Ma, help me out the J. Sean. He went to University of Texas. Sean Mitchell,
running back,
an unbelievable running back coming out of the J before he got to University of Texas. But
4-2 guy,
man. But listen to me, Victor Ike was unbelievable.
I heard about it.
Those are my guys.
So TC, I gotta challenge you on that, bro.
You think so? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Michael
Michael Griffin.
Mike Griffin was the best athlete I've ever seen.
Oh, him and Marcus. You gonna give you might? Yep. Okay, so yeah, I get you that.
Outside of Garrett is doing this thing in the league, but so did Mike.
Mike did his thing longevity. Mike did his thing longevity as a safety. I forgot. And I played against Mike for two years. I got my 100 my junior year when Michael and Marcus were seniors at Bowie. We played at home. I got my 100 and two touchdown plus. But he gave me a swift one in the first quarter. Yeah. Number 42 gave me a swift.
I mean,
that's a good
the Griffin boys. Without the Griffin boys at the University of Texas, they don't win the national championship. I mean, let's just be totally honest.
Man,
well, without Mike.
Mike was
they needed both of them
starting that year. I think Michael was back there with who else? Somebody else was back there with him. I don't think
Earl
was back there yet. Earl was back there.
What? Yeah. So Earl Thomas, Michael Huff was there too.
Mike Huff was there.
Yep.
Cedric Griffin was there.
Was there.
Aaron Ross was there.
Ross was on the other side. Yeah. Because Michael hadn't got on the field yet. He got on the field after Huff
left.
And then Mike, you're right. Mike is there, and Mike was good on the track too. But I mean, there was so many of them. You got the Demo Odoms. You got I mean, Ollie, he went to Iowa and studied up. You know, you got
get them other diabolicals out of here, Mark. We talking about the NFL dogs.
No, we talking about Reggie Brown, who went to Detroit. He played in Detroit and got hurt. Yeah. I mean, that's then you talking about my dude that went to Florida State. I mean, there was a lot from the J. The J had so many athletes.
Well, the J has had a lot, bro. And I mean, you know that. I ain't going.
When y'all say the J, what are y'all talking about?
LBJ
High School.
Okay.
LBJ High School. Yep. But you say the J. I went to Westlake and I say the J. Okay, that's what I knew it as.
Shout out to Ray Jackson, LBJ's greatest player ever.
Hey,
I don't care what nobody say. I know.
Hey, Ma, can I give him one? Can I give a shout out to my man White Chocolate, Ryan Hatch, who came from Westlake and came to the J and went and helped take y'all to. Y'all should have went to state, Ma. Y'all should have went to state that year with Tree Nim. Y'all should have went.
Tree didn't go. Tree didn't go to state that year. It was oh my God, what's Buddy name, man? The big tall when they did go to state. I'll think of it in a minute. I'll think of it in a minute.
Hey, but Tyler, listen, man. Garrett Wilson is the best player that ever came out of Austin, Texas. I mean, listen. I'm talking about the young fella. I mean, listen. He could have went to the NBA. I mean, let's just be perfectly clear. Those people don't know. Garrett Wilson could have went to the league and NBA.
Big G. I'm sorry. Just real quick. Breaking news, man. Shador got in, just threw an interception in the red zone.
Shador got in?
And he threw a pick, and he was out there being big trash.
Oh.
He was out there being super trash, throwing picks in the red zone. Get him out of here. Keeping Baltimore in the game.
I'm sorry, Big G. I just had to hit you with that breaking news, but go ahead.
I saw it. They should be up 23-10, and Shador out there playing trash.
Oh, man.
Mods, dude. Get him out. But
what we say backstage? We said Mod is a Shador lover.
He's a Shador lover.
Oh man,
he's a Shador lovers. But he's in the game though, and they still up. They up 16-10. It's about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. He got an opportunity to redeem himself.
The Browns just got the ball back.
Yeah. They got the ball back.
Okay, Ma, he getting a chance.
Listen, man. It's the first time he getting some games. I mean, you can need game experience, man. You need it. You just can't come in running. Can't hit the ground running. But listen,
I mean, the cameras ain't went off of him since he came in the game, bro. I'm talking about on the sideline. In the game, the cameras is on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So, Tyler,
do another pick.
Talk to me, man.
Just do another pick.
Talk to me, man. You said that you were the first college athlete with multiple sclerosis. So talk to us about your diagnosis, and then talk to us about how it was to persevere through that time in your life.
So it was a month after my 21st birthday. We had just finished playing the last game of the season, which was against BYU. at a home game, and I walked out of that game perfectly fine, like no issues. You get some ice or whatever after the game, but that's it. And I literally woke up the next morning about 5 o'clock in the morning, and man, I couldn't walk. So I tell everybody, you know, every night we go to sleep, we expect to be able to get out of bed and at least walk, talk. You go to sleep one way, you expect, right? Almost like the arrogance that comes with being a human being, because we have the expectation that it's going to be this way, not knowing that the man up above is in charge. And so through my arrogance, I expected to be able to walk. I woke up the next morning, I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk. So I had paralysis down the right side of my body. Couldn't feel my right arm or my right leg. My equilibrium was totally off, and I couldn't speak. It was almost like, I guess, like having a stroke. If you've seen a stroke victim, kind of almost similar to that. And it scared me, bro. It terrified me, because I was just playing a football game and now I can't walk. So went through the process. Because you're an athlete, you go to the training room, you get evaluated by the trainer. The trainer didn't know what it was, so they sent me to the team doctor. Team doctor didn't know what was going on, so they sent me to Scripps La Jolla Memorial Hospital. And you know, if your trainer ain't understanding, and as an athlete, your trainer ain't got it, and the team doctor ain't got it, we in trouble. So then you worried. And I go and I see a neurologist. I didn't know what that was. You know what I'm saying? And I get a spinal tap, where they stick a needle in your back about this long and they extract your spinal fluid. You know, and I'm going through all this stuff that I don't, as a black man, I don't know what this is. And then that, you know, they give you an MRI and they tell you have a disease called multiple sclerosis. I had no idea what that was. I know diabetes, I know sickle cell, I know how to watch my blood pressure, I know how to watch my cholesterol. I didn't know what this was. And so the typical athlete in me, because you're young, you don't know no better. My thing was, if I can't play football, the business of college athletics, if I can't play football, that means my scholarship is in jeopardy, right? And I don't care how you cut it. There is a recruit waiting in the wind. There is somebody else waiting in the wind to get your money and your spot, right? It is the business of what I hope everybody has a conversation with their child, of college athletics. You are a number. And so I literally just asked the doc, I said, okay, I have this thing that's an autoimmune disease that has no cure. That means there's holes on your brain. There's holes within my spinal cord. Can I still play football? That's the only question I had. Because I was like, I can deal with all this other stuff. Like, can I still play ball? I have another season left. Like, you can't take football away from me. Then I'm not going to get my free education. Like, you're not going to do that to me. And the lady had said, because she had never seen an athlete, she had never seen a black man with the disease. I was 6 foot, 220 some odd pounds, looking good. I'm talking good. You hear me? Good. And she said, if you have one more relapse, we're going to take the game away from you. But because we've never seen it done, you can play. And so, you know, they let me play ball with it. I never told my coaches. I never told my teammates. You know, I was on steroids. I was on medicine. I did all of my stuff on my own, because if it's not a football related injury, right, you're kind of on your own. You know, it's not an ACL. It's not a concussion. The school didn't handle my medical bills. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like my family had to help me, because it wasn't considered a football injury. And so that was how I really did it out of fear. Not so much that I was brave. I did it out of fear that my scholarship was going to get taken away, because I always knew that I was just a number for my team and just a number with the NCAA. So that's how I ended up playing ball. I didn't know it until I was done, until I was trying to play ball at the next level. It didn't work out. I didn't know it until afterwards that I was the first one, because it wasn't on the radar. I was just trying to be a San Diego State Aztec football player. I did not know any of that other stuff that came, you know, further down the road.
Wow. Tate?
Nah, man, that's just a heck of a testimony. And it's way different, because, you know, I was older, but I've awakened and not been able to walk. I went a little over a year in a wheelchair and between a wheelchair and a walker, and I've been a walk. Had the spinal tap, had the biopsies, had all that stuff. You know what I mean? Saw a neurologist up here at Baltimore. Johns Hopkins had a neurologist. You know, at that time, this is about 8-9 years ago. So I'm in my early to mid 40s at the time. That's why I say it's different. You were a young aspiring athlete. I was an old dude, not old, but an old dude. You know what I mean?
The onk. You was an onk. Just say it. You was an onk.
I was an onk. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's where I was at, Big G. You're right. But you know, I had a condition called I had diabetes. I haven't taken anything for diabetes in years because I changed my diet and what I ate and stuff like that probably in 2009.
Come on, bro.
15 years ago. But still, it's a condition called diabetic amyotrophy that 1% of people with diabetes get. And it's where your immune system attacks your nerves and muscles in your legs. So I muscle wasted. I lost 40 pounds and it was basically all muscles in my leg. Wow, so even now, I don't drive for the past 5 years, and I'm going back to physical therapy. I had a kidney transplant a year ago too, so I went through that aspect of it, and I'm blessed. But now my next thing up is the flexibility of my ankle and feet, because I got in a couple accidents right before when I found out about what I was dealing with. So I haven't driven in 5 years, but I'll get back to that. But so as I'm saying, I know how it is and what you personally go through, how your mind can work. But I'm a little older, so I feel like it's a different perspective. Like, I imagine it must be much more just a scary thought, I guess, right? When you're 21, and it's like, damn, what is this? I'm only 21.
It was, I would say, not knowing it, but knowing it now, it was the first struggle for what I would have said, like having a real life mental health type of issue with yourself, right? But I didn't know that. That sounds crazy. I didn't know that at 21 that's what it was, right? You isolated, right? Because now you can't live like how everybody else live. I know I can't walk in and tell my coaches like I don't have the feelings in my fingers today. I can't go in there and have a conversation without that, because then I'm a liability. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't go to another 21-year-old man and tell him, yo, I'm having erectile dysfunction issues because of the lesions on my brain combating with the medications I'm taking. And they've taken what I thought to be my manhood away from me. Because you're immature at that time. So as a young brother, I thought my manhood was defined by my manhood. I didn't know no better. So now there's something wrong with that. So I'm not a man anymore. Y'all see? And so it's like all of that stuff is going on, but I can't tell nobody. Like you screaming, but your mouth closed. You understand? And so I would say that was what I was least prepared for at the age of 21. For the conversations that I didn't know how to have, and the conversations that I just felt like I couldn't or wasn't allotted a space to have. Right. That killed me.
And probably I'm imagining, like at that age, and at any age really, the circle of people that you can just reach out and talk to that's dealing with what you're dealing with is not there. You got the family support system. They're going to support you. They love you. They're going to be there for you. What do you need? But somebody to talk to that's going through what you're going through, especially from the age that you were going through that. You know what I mean? So when I was going through what I was going through, I went to the doctors for that. But I was also, like I said, I was a dialysis patient at the time, and that was a whole nother thing. So I was dealing with both those things. But I made friends, met people who was going through what I was going through, and you've kind of like, damn, why me? You feel sorry for yourself and stuff. But when I'm going there where I was going, and I'm seeing somebody, man, this dude that's been there for 22 years, who's, he's 70 now, is a friend of mine. We still keep in touch. I'm going there with this dude who's that Cowboy fan, Mod and Tyler, Cowboy fan, Stan, shout out Stan.
We everywhere. Come on, Stan.
Right. He had both his legs amputated. So he had one of them electric chairs, coming there every day smiling and joking and all that. And it gave me inspiration, man. Like, who am I to complain or feel sorry for myself about anything? And I see these dudes handling like troopers. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm a fan of the story, the testimony, man, because I've experienced my own. So, I'm open to listen to and appreciate and just respect what everybody's testimony is. Because we all got something.
We all got something, man.
You know, real quick, everybody that's trying to super chat and you're repeating your questions over again, I'm gonna definitely get to you guys. Tell Gavin we're gonna get to him. Tell Gavin we're gonna get to him. Yeah, our super chat is off right now, but it'll be back on this week, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so you know, I do gotta say this, man, and this is a big up to take. You know, somebody's probably gonna be cutting onions after I say what I'm saying over it takes place. But you know, it takes character, it takes resolve, it takes unrelenting, hey man, I'm not gonna let this have me, to do what you guys did to make it through. You know, me and Big G have had our own health scares, but you know, it's nothing like being in a place where this ain't gonna change for right now, and you got to wrap your mind around the right now and be present in that moment, and then continue to push on. So my hat goes off to both you guys, because really, you know, that's something that we've not experienced. But I know that it takes a whole bunch of resolve, and whatever it took for you to get through it, you got through it. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to you both. Tyler, I got some questions. Growing up in the household with an icon, you know, someone who is almost, would I say, larger than life in the state of Texas. I mean, you can't go anywhere with him because everybody knows him and wants a piece of Earl Campbell, because
just say what it is, Mod. He's the freaking GOAT.
To be a star at the University of Texas in Austin, Texas, it's just, hey, you might well be Michael Jackson. It is what it is. Yeah. So growing up in his footsteps and playing football, how did that affect you?
Yeah, he didn't want us to play ball, you know, and basketball was my first love. We didn't get to play till the 7th grade, and I was a late developer. I was a late developing kid, so I was actually a grade ahead of what I should have been. When I played 7th grade, I should have been. I was a 6th grader, by age wise, right? So puberty had hit me, and it was some of the worst, I guess some of the best trash talk I ever experienced by everybody else, because it's like no matter what team, I don't even know, but every team knew who I was. Every team knew who my father was. So people in the crowd, the other students knew that's right behind the bench, trash talking. And so that was what I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready for that part. Like, I noticed that other kids was just like ready for the game. I didn't have to get ready for the game. I had to get ready for the game, the trash talk. If I didn't get a first down, if I missed a block, you suck. You're nothing like your dad. You're
my God.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that part I wasn't ready, but I was horrible. Football, the first time I ever played, put pads on, I was absolutely horrible. I got benched. You know what I'm saying? During my 7th grade season. So growing up, that part of it, Ma, like I was not good at football, not even a good athlete, and so that was a low time in my life too, because I felt like, and we talked about this, Ma, I thought just because Pops was good at it, you just show up and you do it, and that's not how life works. All right, so people work very hard to get to a certain level, and why would you think that you would be any different? That was my wake-up call. Like, you don't just arrive to a situation. Like, people have dedicated, they put time, they put years behind this thing, and for a lot of times, the other people you're playing, they're trying to use this thing to get an education out of this thing. They're trying to use this thing to break a generational curse out of this thing. So this ball that you're carrying, it means a lot to the people you are playing with, and you better respect the game, because the game will humble you. I had to be humbled by the game. I had to be humbled by the game in 7th grade. So, but what I will tell you is I did still love it. And my dad told me, if you want to start getting good, you got to start working out on the east side. You got to start running hills over at Old Anderson with Carmen Kiera. And then you got to start working out with the Austin Striders Track Club at Yellow Jacket Stadium in Rosewood, right across from Millennium. And so when I started putting the work in, the fruits of the labor came back. And I think that's one of the best things about any game or any business, or when you put work in, like when you're doing things, when you know other people are sleeping or other people are playing or, and you see the reward, it's almost like it was contagious. So that's what changed for me is through middle school. The next year, I started to see rewards for my work. And after that, I was like, oh, so you just got to work at it. And then the game slows down. Then the game becomes easier. Then it becomes like like rhythm. And then that's when it changed for me when I learned you have to put work in. And that was like, my dad was like, I couldn't just tell you that. You had to experience that.
Man,
you have to understand. My brother is the more athletic. My brother was second in the 200 meters, Christian Campbell. My brother was second in the 200 meters in the state of Texas in 5A division as a sophomore at the age of 16. The first time my brother ever picked up a football in the 7th grade, 80-yard touchdown run. Okay, so like my brother was dual sport athlete, already was getting offers for 2 sports. He
went to Auburn, right?
No, my brother went to South Carolina, and then shout out to Ohio because it was a dude by the name of Ryan Brewer that was at South Carolina. Ryan Brewer was
running backs.
Ryan
running
Brewer
back from Ohio.
From Ohio, bro. His cat was cold, bro.
Lou Holtz was the coach. Lou Holtz was the coach. Yeah,
but my brother was the elite dude, and for me, everything I had to work at it. No shame to my brother. He's the best athlete out of the 2. But yeah, what I had was just the work ethic. And if you told me no, I was going to go that much further for you. And that's just how it is.
I agree. I can attest. And then don't just go to athletics. I mean, as far as me and my siblings, my brother's the smartest. And Big G, my brother. But yeah, he's the smartest capably. I ain't saying he make the smartest decisions. I'm saying, but that trigonometry, that calculus, he that guy. I don't know nothing with it. My sister, Ivy League, master's from Columbia, works for the State Department, all that stuff. She worked the hardest though. She's probably not the smartest, but she worked. Stayed out of little silly stuff like boys get into. So I'm just relating to the athleticism that Tyler's talking about. That's in anything. You put in that work. You study when other people not studying. You moving differently when people just laying still. You gonna be better for it.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah. G.
Hey, so Tyler, I want to just talk a little bit about and open up a side that most people don't realize, because of course you get the accolades about your dad being a great football player. Yeah. About what you do personally of representing multiple sclerosis across the board with a lot of different things. But when I went to Austin, right, I'm going to tell you something that I watched from afar, and I actually got some books about it, right? I watched how your dad moved as a businessman. I really, really paid attention to how he moved, man. And I was like, I just wish one day I could meet him. I remember telling because I didn't even know what Earl Campbell sausage was. I swear to God, I didn't know. And like Ma was like, come on, dog, I'm about to take you somewhere. And he took me to this restaurant. I am a leader because I ain't giving him no props. I need a sponsorship before I mention your name on my show.
Come on.
But anyway, so he took me and he was like, dog. And I got to chewing and I said, dog, what in the hell is this? And he said, dog, it's the greatest ever. And I said, and then afterwards we went to the grocery store and he let me buy it in the grocery store. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started doing the research and I figured it out. And I was like, man, Earl Campbell is a super GOAT when it comes to business, bruh. This dude's top 10 in the world about him getting down with the sausage and all the other stuff he does. You was exposed to that as a child. And I seen it carry direct and a young man, and it carried directly over to what you do. Don't look at your book. Bro. Look at your book. Look how your book sells, bro. And I got a copy of it, right?
Man, I appreciate you.
Yeah, because dog, I was like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but dog, I'm just saying, I'm like, okay, because greatness follows greatness. So I'm opening it up to give you an opportunity to talk about your father as a businessman, you as a businessman, and how that's going to leave a huge legacy for any person that comes behind you with the Campbell name, bro. Your thoughts about that, bro?
What you're really saying is the one thing that changes it for everybody. You trying to get to Pops. So exposure is everything. Your eyes can't forget when you see something that's life changing, be it good or be it bad. Your eyes can't forget. And my dad, it was, listen, I was pissed. I was pissed because you know how you're in second grade and man, them noodles was going hard. So it's like chicken and stars. ABCs and noodles. Okay.
Yeah.
That what company made that? Campbell's. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. So when you went in our pantry, when you went to everybody's house, okay, who else you went to? You saw some Campbell's in the pantry. So I thought us being over here on this side, not only was dad a good football player, dad started Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Dad started Campbell's tomato soup. Campbell's chicken and mushroom. That's us. When he came home and was like, y'all, tomorrow's a big day because my sausage company is going to be starting its sales at Apple Tree and Tom Thumb and Fiesta here in Austin, Texas. Like, what? You mean we selling sausages?
Yeah.
Instead of the soup?
Yeah.
Everybody got the soup. But this is where it started. He told me, I take $1 million of the money that I never touched in professional football. And he said, I'm not going to take my money and give it to somebody else. He told us, I'm going to take a chance on myself. Everybody else takes chances on other things. Why don't you take your hard-earned money and invest it in myself? And if you know my pops didn't go to Oklahoma because he said, like, my people have been bought and sold and I'm not for sale. So you have to understand who my dad is, coming from the region of Texas he comes from, and why it was so important for him that when he made the money, the first thing he was going to do, because of what he had learned in life, he was going to invest it in himself, right? He was going to be selfish with it and invest in himself. And so he took that $1 million, but my dad was always present at store demos. He would hit the road, bro. Like, you could see my dad, cowboy boots, jeans, countryman, cooking up sausage, doing demos in grocery stores. You hear me? Like 1991, he's in the Hall of Fame. He get inducted. 1991, he come out with a sausage. All right. And so here's the gift of the game. A man told my dad, he said, Mr. Campbell, you get into the Hall of Fame. You got 5 years to do whatever it is that you want to do business-wise, because your name is even hotter for 5 years. So you better make the most of it. So that's why my dad started the venture the same year he got inducted into the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. There was a method to the madness and the research. But what I saw also was that his name just wasn't on the package. He didn't want to just be like every other athlete who just threw some money at something. Somebody else was doing it. They didn't, and he wasn't a part. He didn't want that. If we was going to fail as a family, then we were going to fail because, Pops wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. So you fast forward, you look up. I'm going to tell you, up in your neck of the woods, I can already tell you that some Save-A-Lot stores, some stores that are pulling from Winchester, Kentucky. There's a group of stores that I know I'm going to get. The store owner's name is Jermaine. He's got stores in Columbus, Ohio. I'm going to get those sausages in there in the springtime. I can already tell you. But if you're looking at it now, from 1991, $1 million investment of his own money to now being a top 10 smoked sausage company in the United States of America. That's Earl Campbell Sausage. And it's somebody, he's low key. So he doesn't go to all the like business symposiums and like get on the stage and like talk about how he turned something into that's not my pops. My pops is from the country. Like, my pops don't wear socks because they never had them growing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my pops is very, very country, very chill. But most people don't understand that $1 million and what he did with it from professional football that he never touched. He always saw himself in a sausage business. Always. And so he worked and he said, I'm never going to touch that money. Never gonna touch that money. And I remember him and moms not getting into an argument because he said, Renee, this is what I was going to do. This is that $1 million. This is what I was going to do. And my mom knew what was up. Like, that's your, that's what you did. And so that's where we are, man. He's the sausage king. He's the athlete that in business and grocery, it's like George Foreman and it's him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of really how it goes. But you know, sausage ain't glamorous. People don't talk about it a lot. But what he's proud of is he's made an affordable product that he knows if he was growing up in today's world as poor as they were, he could have had something that his mama might have been able to buy. And that's why it'll never be more expensive than it's supposed to be. That's why it's always going to be a middle of the road brand, because that's what my pops comes from. You got to feed people, you know? And so it was just, I didn't understand it, but he was building an empire. And that's just one of the things. Like, he would always tell people, why do I need an agent? I went to college. I got a degree. I can read a contract.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, why would I give somebody else my money when I put all that time in education and study halls doing stuff I didn't want to do to read a contract? I can read.
Man, this is a blessing. This is a blessing. This is game straight from TC Campbell, and speaking about his father, Earl Campbell, and the Earl Campbell sausage brand. Tate, I saw you grab the mic. You have something to say? We got just a little bit more time with Tyler. So let's go ahead and maximize these moments.
When he was talking about his pop's humble beginnings, I was just gonna say that's something we got in common. My dad is country. He's from Mississippi though, but his name is Earl. My middle name is Earl.
And he's gonna say, okay, Earl.
Yeah. I'm Kevin Earl.
Come on, man. Andy from the SIP. I love him already. I know he knows something about catfish for sure. I know he know about catfish for sure.
Hey, so I got one other question. One other thing I wanted to ask you about, man. Your book, man. I just cracked it open. I just started reading it, man. And you know, I own a lot of books. I read a lot, man. People don't realize I read a lot, man.
That's beautiful, brother.
And
let me stop it. Let me stop him. Let me stop you right here, because you know he has like a little comic book thing. Well, he has a comic book thing that he turned. Tyler does, right? My brother is the comic book aficionado.
Tyler, you do comic books? You do comic books?
Like, man,
almost got 5,000 of them.
My favorite will always be that Superman Doomsday where they're carrying the casket through. Like, man, like
you're a DC dude. You're a DC dude.
I'm a DC dude. I always like the storylines better with DC. I know everybody loves Marvel, but I love Marvel. I like the stories with DC.
Listen, I know it. Trust me. If I don't know it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I know all the storylines, bro. And I'm telling you, I collect comic books.
Man,
he really is. I'm not even.
I
had to jump in and tell you. You know what I'm saying? That my brother, if I don't know something about a character, I know he's a phone call away. I'm like that with music. He's like that with comic books. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Finish up. Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
Right. So when like I said, books just in general. My wife has a passion for education. My wife's a doctor in education. She has so I wasn't always like that. My wife is the one that sort of turned me on to like turning that way. Yeah. And so now I read. So I was like, okay, let me get this book. So I looked at prefaces. I look at the setup of the book. I look how the narrative goes. And what I've read so far about you picking the title of that book, it's perfect, man. Yeah. It's perfect. So please just enlighten the people about your book and what it actually means. I'm not going to spoil the title. I'm going to let you say the title because, man, what I read already, I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my God. He doesn't realize. I don't think you realize how much that book actually is going to impact people that you're never going to meet. You're never going to meet them, man. And that book is going to impact them if they just take the time to read it, man.
I'm thankful for it, bro. I'm thankful. Listen to me. I'm gonna. You see that? I seen that.
hey, man. My wife's a mad genius, bro.
Hey, man. You better give credit to it. You better give credit to it. She's an educator's educator. So
she's Dr. LaShonda Gurley. Doctor. I don't even call her my wife. It's Doctor. Doctor, can I help you?
Come on.
Can I help you, my doctor? Yeah.
And that's special, bro. No, I birthed a book because of COVID. COVID, I have a depleted immune system. And I think we all know this. We all have had family members like lost, especially within our community, of people affected by COVID who are no longer here with us. Yeah. So the Zoom weddings, Y'all remember I mean, the Zoom funerals. Y'all remember going through that and having it, and then you go to some of the funeral, and it just felt, I don't know about y'all, but it felt like between me and my wife, bro, it was like funeral after funeral after funeral, like to where the point where we was getting like numb. I felt bad because I was getting numb to loss. You know what I'm saying? And my wife is from the hood in East Oakland, and she was like, you know, babe, this take me back to how I grew up. Because I was like, I'm numb to it. She was like, that's how I used to just feel, because people would just be here today, gone tomorrow. You got to remember, I'm from the burbs. My wife from East Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And so in the Bay, she was like, man, there's always people here today, gone tomorrow. And eventually you just get numb to it. And when you get numb to it, it's kind of like a sad feeling when you get numb to loss. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And but I wrote my book during COVID because I really felt like, because of my immune system, I was susceptible to that. I was high risk for that. And if I left, then what do I leave my babies? And I said, I want to leave my children and you, my words, better yet, my heart, because my heart is within my words, within the book. See, we always look at pictures and we always say, man, I remember that person. I wonder what grandma was thinking when this photo was taken. I wonder what my pops was thinking when he was holding me right there. But the picture can't give you the words. Yeah. So I said, you already got pictures. I need to give my babies my words. And so I wanted them to hear my truth. I don't want daddy to be talked about by somebody. I don't want you to learn about daddy from somebody else. I want you to learn about daddy from the place. And then my wife was the best because I wanted to let her know, like, I'm being vulnerable here. I want to let you know, like, this chapter, I might do this, I'm going to do that. Is that okay? Because we are marriage. I don't want to do nothing that we haven't talked about first or that you don't already know. And so once I had that level playing field, I was free. And most people don't know it. I talked my book. I didn't write it because I'm a speaker, right? So you pick up that camera and you can record, and then you can reverse engineer backwards. But correct. there was a gentleman I researched. I learned about the Publishing Advantage Group. They were out from the Midwest, and I told him I wanted to talk my book. I want to own all the rights to my book. I know that I'm supposed to be able to cover all of that. And then not only do I want to do a written book, I want to do the audible version, because there's certain people with MS who can't flip pages. So I want to give them the audible, and I want to do my own audible. I don't want somebody else to read my book. And the ball came out live from the other side of the field, because I thought about it. When you're thinking about the game of football, the ball comes out at random times when you are a running back. You don't mean for it to. You don't expect for it to do. But you know what? You play the running back position long enough, that ball is going to come out. But then what do you have to do after the ball comes out? You have to live. You have to battle through adversity. You know, you got to come back stronger. You got to protect it. You got to learn from your mistake. You've got to get better after that ball came out. And so the ball came out live from the other side of the field. There's an opposition on the other. So while the ball came out in your life, there's an opposition that's rejoicing on the other side, right? You have your down part, but there's also another side to it. And so it just football analogy. And so I just took people through my journey of growing up. I talk about I talked in the book about, do you remember when James Byrd was killed in Jasper, Texas?
I do.
I talked about 1998, James Byrd in Jasper, Texas. I talked about with that. Truck, right? Yeah, he was drugged behind a truck for 4 miles. For 4 miles. I remember Bill Clinton even came down to East Texas, where my people was from. I talk about like I was scared at Westlake because I thought something like that could happen to me. Wow. But most people we don't recognize the traumatic experiences that you can experience as a black man in this country. Like, we don't even bro, I'm not in Jasper. I'm in the burbs. But the fact that there was a black man in the news who got picked up while walking from a bar down the street and put in the back of a truck and pulled, bro, that what happened to James could happen to me. And I said it in the book. Yeah. So it is football. It is my parents. It is my life. It is my journey. But then I understood everything that I went through was preparing me for multiple sclerosis. I was getting prepared for MS all of my life. And the book talks about that. And man, by the blessings of man up above, I wrote a book for my children. It was on the Amazon bestsellers list for like 15 straight weeks for new sports biographies. So 15 straight weeks. I've never been an author before. All right, you see how God's hand is on it. But he told me to write a book for my family, and I was obedient. And when you walk in obedience, write this down. When you walk in obedience, he will bless you with an abundance. But
Absolutely.
you have to be obedient first. And so I can't take it, man. It's all glory to him for it. I was just obedient enough. And if you're ever trying to be an aspiring author, I'll tell you, man, listen, get 10 chapter titles. Come up with 10 chapter titles. You don't need no more than 10. Come up with 10 chapter titles and fill in the blanks backwards from there. And if you don't like writing, then get there, use technology, and just talk. Just talk. Get in there and just talk for hours, and then go back and cut it up and chop it up, Ma, like you do in the studio when you rapping. Like, man, just go to the studio, go into the lab, and reverse engineer that thing coming backwards. Is the same thing. That's all I did. I said anybody can be an author. Anybody. And watch this. When you get a book, books open doors. I don't know what it is, but when you say you're an author, for whatever reason, it puts you into a category where most people don't walk into.
Man, that's good. That's good. That's good. Real quick, before we get ready to go, you guys got any other questions? I know Gavin, we got to answer Gavin's question real quick.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
And I do think what you said, be obedience and be blessed with abundance or abundantly. I mean, I need to write it down. I'll get it. But I just got a question. It's more, I guess is, and the part of being an author, I think just like college, like everything you do in college ain't always applicable to what you're going to do in your job. But it shows you can stick to the process.
Say that again, bro.
Hey, he committed to writing a book and doing what you got to do to get it out there, get it published so other people can get their hands on it, read it, and hear his message. So that's a lot to that goes, I think, overlooked. It goes overlooked what goes into it. But the process of getting it done says, hey, that's a capable dude. He gonna get the job done. You know what I mean? So that part. Now I want to go to football real quick. You and if you know, talking about your dad, since he's been away from the game as a player, right? What at the position you play the position too? What running backs have you heard him talk about over the years that he's a fan of?
Oh yeah, that's easy. Hey, and Gavin, listen, I did play my senior year of football. Yeah, I played senior year, the full season. So I will tell you this, man. I was on the phone when he called and spoke. Cortez Kennedy, who was a defensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks, God rest his soul, came down for
Miami Hurricanes, right?
Yeah. Cortez was Miami Hurricanes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Cortez came down for a charity event with my dad. Cortez Pops wanted to talk to Marshawn Lynch, and that was when Beast Mode was really doing his thing in Seattle. And so Dad wanted to call him and tell him, man, he loved the way he ran or was running the football. Okay, love, like that's like off the rip. I'm gonna tell you like one that's not too far out there that people will remember. And yeah, I know Dad was always a fan of AP, Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson and me came out the same high school year. He's from Palestine, which is East Texas, nearby where my dad was. So I think Adrian Peterson got a lot more hype surrounding Earl Campbell, than I would, because he grew up in the same region that my dad was coming from. So AP was like that next best thing talked about here in Texas for forever, for many, many years. So I know AP was definitely like that. I will say this, being in the Midwest, my pops was always a big fan of Eric Metcalf. From his time here in Texas, I know that might, not many people may
diabolical Cleveland Browns themselves.
Yeah, but Eric
his dad played pro ball too.
Yeah, Terry Metcalf played pro ball, and Eric was down here at the University of Texas too. Him and Ricky Williams are like this. All right, him and Rick. Most people would think that they wouldn't have nothing in common. Bro, my dad loved Rick. They have a deep bond. They share the same anxiety together. So one of the things that what kept Ricky at peace was that he knew he always had Pops to lean on with his anxiety, where most people didn't understand that at that time here. My dad did a great job of concealing his, and he was so humble, right? He was just approachable. But when Ricky would go through his stuff, he really just kind of wanted to be like to himself, with the visor on, with the helmet on, protected. He and Dad had a great relationship from the time he came out of high school to here. because Pops understood his anxiety. So Rick is always another one. Dad and Jerome Bettis have always been good. Big G. Jerome's been down here for charity events, so Pops was always close to Jerome. Dad and Eddie George have a great relationship. Always had a great relationship from the time he came out the Heisman.
There you go. So, there you go. There you go, Tyler. Let's go, Bucks. Let's get it.
I know.
And Jerome Bettis from up there by the crib, Big G, up by Northwest Ohio. So.
Well, I know where the wheels is from. I know where the wheels is at.
And what's great, I'm gonna tell you this. And Dad and Barry Sanders is like this. Dad and Barry is like this, bro.
Hey,
Dad and Barry, man.
Their names.
Man, come on, bro.
So my brother knows this, and Kevin knows this too. My god brother was William White, that played with the Detroit Lions for all those years.
Yeah.
And so I grew up being around Barry and some of those other Lions players as a kid. So yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Barry's solid earth. Solid earth guy, man.
Bro, solid, brother. Solid with Barry, man. Pops. But yeah, those I would say as far as old school running backs, man, Dad, Jim Brown was the best to ever do anything in my household.
Wow.
And that's what I grew up with. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My dad worshipped the ground Jim Brown walk on. Okay. And so being there and having to answer the phone and know that was Jim Brown on the other phone, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, man, I think that was come on, man. Like that was solid for me.
Yeah.
Tyler, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show with us, man, and spending time with, man, this was like a reunion. I mean, for real, you fit. You could be one of the hosts here, man. I mean, because literally this was the easiest interview that I think we've ever done outside of having Damu and the track club here.
That was a good one.
Definitely. I loved it. Like, I mean, matter of fact, we could keep going. It's like that. But I definitely want to be mindful of your time and respectful. And I thank you very, very much for coming on. Please tell us where we can connect with you. Tell the audience where they connect. Everybody on the replay, tell them where they can connect with you and what, how to get in contact with you and watch what you do.
Yeah, that shameless plug. So on all social media, I'm at TC Speaks. T is in Tom, C is in Cat, Speaks with an S. 32. You can follow me there. You can even find it on YouTube, everything else like that. My radio show is called Real Life, Real Talk, REALLYFE, because I love Life Jennings growing up, and REEL because your life is a real life movie reel.
419, baby. Toledo, baby. 419.
I know. Hey, listen, I know. Must be nice. I know. I already know.
Encourage it.
Encourage it. But yeah, and that book is available on Amazon. Real life. I mean, the ball came out live from the other side of the field. It is available on Amazon. Get it shipped straight to your doorstep. But that's where you can always find me. And I'm gonna say this, and I'll let you close, brother. I just want to commend you because it is the first time I've ever been on a show with three black men at the same time. And I want to say this: it is the brotherhood that you can feel through what you guys do. If you go back and watch every episode, there's a level of love and comfort that you can feel through watching you all do what you do. You can tell there's a lot of love surrounded. And so what I would say is just keep going and just keep pressing, because you are being a blessing by allowing people to come forth and share their truth. And to give them the journey, the testimony, the story. And all I have ever done is utilize the journey and the testimony. That's all God asked us to do, is utilize the journey and the testimony, and he'll take it from there. I told you, Maud, it's not personal. Make it generational. Don't keep it to yourself, because your story will bless generations, but the generations can't get blessed if you don't become open and if you don't talk about them. And I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man. So that was awesome to hear. Definitely.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for your time. And like I said, we're going to catch up after this. We're going to stay in contact. Definitely want to have you back, man.
Please.
I don't want this to be a one-time thing.
Hey, listen, give me everybody's address. I'll send all of y'all some sausage, even though you local, Ma. I've seen some sausage. So just get me their addresses, and I'll have sausages shipped to y'all's doorstep.
Oh,
wow,
man.
Just as a thank you. Just as a thank you. Don't want nothing, don't need nothing in return.
Man,
just thank you.
We thanking you, and you giving us sausage.
Hey,
you thanking us for giving us Earl Campbell sausage.
Look, bro, my family from the country. You don't step into somebody else's house without presenting or giving a gift. You don't do that.
That's a blessing.
You don't do that.
That's a blessing. Well, we thank you so much, man. We're gonna end this show. You guys that are watching in the live chat, we got another one coming, so we got to talk about the scores from today. And again, Tyler, thank you so very much for your time. Thank you for, just hanging out with us. And like I said, probably one of the best interviews we've ever done.
Hey, more good ones to come, bro. Go Cowboys!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That hurt my ears, man. That hurt my ears.
All right, now. All right, Tyler, man.
Love y'all, fellas. Love y'all.
Yeah. That was Tyler awesome, Campbell, man. And definitely we loved having him on the show. You guys, man, that was a great interview. It was a great interview, man. I mean, for real. It was one of the best that we've had, and I am super glad that we had an opportunity to have Tyler here on the show. Like I said, you guys, if you're here with us in the live chat, we're about to end this session, and we're going to pick up where we left off. We got some games to talk about for the day. So for myself, for G, for Tate, you boys got anything before we end this?
Nah, let's get to the
we ain't saying peace and goodbye. We saying jump over right now to the next show.
Oh,
jump over to the next show. We gonna end and go into the next one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey man, we getting ready to get out of here, man. And like I said, make sure you guys just stay with us we gonna jump back in the other one, and we'll be right back, man. Here to Know It All.